On April 2026, it's hard to believe Iran and Israel were once close allies. Decades ago, their partnership was public and strategic, not hidden or secretive. Before 1979, Iran and Israel found common ground in a turbulent region, cooperating in trade, security, and diplomacy. Jewish communities had lived in Persia for centuries, creating cultural ties. Iran was among the first Muslim-majority countries to recognize Israel in 1948. This early alliance was built on mutual interests, not ancient animosity. Their friendship was a pragmatic response to regional challenges. But everything changed with the Iranian Revolution. Understanding this forgotten partnership reveals how quickly alliances can shift. The story of Iran and Israel is a reminder. Today's enemies can be yesterday's friends. Their journey from cooperation to confrontation set the stage for decades of rivalry. Iran and Israel's alliance was rooted in shared threats. Both felt isolated in an Arab-dominated Middle East. The Shah of Iran and Israeli leaders saw Arab nationalism as a common danger. Their cooperation spanned business, energy, and security. Iran supplied Israel with vital oil through a secret pipeline. Israeli companies helped modernize Iran's agriculture and infrastructure. Intelligence agencies, Mossad and Savak, shared information and trained together. This partnership was a cornerstone of their security and economic growth. Diplomatically, they maintained close, if discreet, ties. The Shah viewed Israel as a modern partner for Iran's ambitions. For nearly 30 years, this pragmatic alliance defined their relationship. But beneath the surface, the region's politics were shifting. The stage was set for upheaval. In 1979, Iran's revolution upended everything. The Shah was overthrown after mass protests, ending decades of pro-Western rule. Ayatollah Khomeini returned from exile, establishing an Islamic republic. Iran's identity shifted overnight, from monarchy to theocracy, from ally of the West to its fiercest critic. The new regime rejected the Shah's alliances, especially with the US and Israel. Iran's foreign policy was now driven by revolutionary and religious ideology. The United States became the Great Satan, Israel, the Little Satan. Israel lost its key regional ally in a single stroke. Diplomatic ties were severed, and the Israeli mission in Tehran was handed to the PLO. The revolution didn't just end a friendship, it created a new enemy. The Middle East's balance of power was transformed. The foundation of Iran-Israel relations crumbled overnight. A new era of hostility began. After 1979, Iran's stance on Israel became uncompromising. The new government cut all ties, halted trade, and denounced Israel as illegitimate. Supporting the Palestinian cause became central to Iran's foreign policy. Iranian leaders called for Israel's destruction and rallied the Muslim world against it. This was more than politics. It was a revolutionary and religious mission. Iran positioned itself as the champion of the oppressed, challenging Arab states' leadership. Opposing Israel became a core part of Iran's identity. The conflict shifted from pragmatic partnership to ideological confrontation. The region would never be the same. Iran's anti-Israel policy soon moved from words to action. Iran backed groups like Hezbollah in Lebanon, transforming it into a powerful force on Israel's border. Iran also supported Palestinian groups like Hamas, despite sectarian differences. These alliances allowed Iran to challenge Israel indirectly, fueling proxy conflicts. The rivalry became a shadow war, playing out in Syria, Iraq, and beyond. Israel responded with airstrikes and covert operations to counter Iran's influence. The nuclear issue raised the stakes. Israel saw a nuclear Iran as an existential threat. Sabotage, cyber attacks, and assassinations followed, escalating the conflict. Each side blamed the other for destabilizing the region. The Iran-Israel rivalry drew in global powers, making peace even more elusive. The shadow war continues, with no end in sight. The stakes have never been higher. Iran and Israel's journey from allies to adversaries is a lesson in how quickly history can turn. The 1979 revolution shattered their partnership and created a deep, enduring mistrust. Today, each sees the other as a fundamental threat. Their rivalry fuels conflicts across the Middle East, turning local disputes into proxy wars. The shadow war, cyber attacks, sabotage, and strikes keeps the region on edge. A single misstep could trigger a devastating war. This story is a reminder. Alliances are never permanent. Understanding their history reveals the forces that drive today's conflict. The legacy of revolution and rivalry continues to shape the Middle East. The path from friendship to enmity changed not just two nations, but the destiny of an entire region.